Welcome to another quick review from Ultimate DIY, and today we're going to take a look at this Storm Shield garage door sealing system. Now, before we really get into what this one does, I want to explain there's a lot of ways to seal a garage door. You have strips that can go along the sides that you can buy that you can seal the sides of the door, and the very bottom will generally have a round gasket type system that you can replace at the bottom, which will help compress. And those wear out a lot of times and they work okay, but this is a step above and beyond. The main reason that I'm installing this one today is because it actually helps control water flow. We have water that's actually getting into a building, and this is like a museum, a car museum, and it's damaging the wood. So this works extremely well to stop that. It also helps stop rodents, it stops other bugs, it stops a lot of things, and you can still use this in conjunction with your regular seal, so you get a double seal. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what's in the box. There's not really a lot in the box. I love the way they've done their packaging, and I'll explain to you as we open it. But you'll just have some little tape here. You undo it, and it slides open and pops open. You don't even have to have instructions with this because it's actually on the box. If you take the materials they give you out, your instructions are right here. So it's very hard to lose. It's easy to read. The guarantee is here, so you don't have a lot of paper and a lot of other unnecessary clutter in the box. And what you're really going to get as far as applying this is you're going to actually get the rubber seal like this that's going to be placed on the concrete, and you're going to get what they call Storm Shield. It's a structural adhesive. Now this is a lot like a liquid nails, maybe a little stronger, maybe a little bit more like Loctite. So it does very well for sealing and gluing this to the concrete. So how you're actually going to put this on is you're going to stretch it out like so. And this part here, the high part, will go inside your building. This will go outside. So it's going to go like this, and you're going to lower your garage door down on it and then slide it around and get it exactly the way you want it. Use a little marker and mark along the line on the concrete so you know exactly where it needs to be. Raise your garage door back up, apply your Storm Shield, and what I do is I'll apply the Storm Shield, and I will use something, even if it's an old stir stick, a shim, whatever I need, because I'm going to throw it away after more than likely. And I'm going to spread that out, make it nice and level and spread, so that way I'm sure that everything adheres to the rubber. And also take a good rag and clean the surface really nicely before you do it. Make sure you've swept, make sure that there's no debris or dirt. If there's dirt on the ground, it's not going to seal. It's not going to do a good job, and it's going to come up on you over time, if not right away. A couple things that will help you is lay it out beforehand. Don't just use a tape measure. I like to actually lay it from end to end and cut it. Now, cutting this was a little bit difficult. A regular razor knife really didn't cut it very well because it's good, heavy duty, thick rubber. I ended up using some construction shears and a knife to get through it. And then ultimately I turned around and just cut it on my chop saw. It was so much easier, so much quicker, and it was a lot straighter. So it saved a little aggravation there. Another thing, when it comes to you, it's going to be rolled up like this, really tightly, and you're gonna roll it out. It's gonna wanna keep doing this and creating a mess. It isn't gonna wanna stay flat. So if it's hot out when you're doing it, preferably summertime, it's gonna make it a whole lot easier. You can spread the thing out in the sun, put a couple bricks on it for a little while you're getting everything else cleaned up and ready to go, and it will actually kind of conform straight because of the heat. If it's not hot, you still can do the same thing, maybe bring it inside of the garage or building that you're trying to put it on and stretch it out and let it warm up. It just makes it a little easier to make sure that it's totally flat and that you can get it down really nicely and put the Storm Shield on there. Now, once I get the Storm Shield and I get it set exactly where I want it, I'm going to bring my garage door down directly on it and help it stay in place and make sure that it's down. Now you can, before you do that, get a couple of big cinder blocks, bricks, whatever, and kind of lay on it till it kind of sets up a little bit. Sets up pretty quickly, but ultimately pull that garage door down and let it hold it directly in place. And before you put bricks on, make sure, bring the garage door down and make sure it's exactly where you want it if you have to do any little last minute adjustments. So I think it's a great little system, and it can, the big thing that I see that this will do is help keep water, especially if you're kind of on an incline or your building is at the bottom of an incline and you have water running down into that door. This really gives you a whole extra step of protection. If you've got rodent problems, this makes sure that they can't squeeze under that door and get into your building. So do yourself a favor and pick yourself up a Storm Shield garage door sealing system today. I don't think you'll regret it, and we will see you guys on the next one.